So here I am in the middle of butt-fucked Egypt. Right. Okay, this poor little car, good old Honda Civic hatchback, when I was coming from Tennessee to Michigan, it had 270-something thousand miles. Now, do mind, this car's been well maintained, always ran great. We whapped the valves and everything else, so I know every nook and cranny of this car. And on the way up, I brought it up to 281,000. Now, I've been up here in Michigan for a couple weeks, right? As of today, I decided to leave. I checked the oil, I checked everything. The car was running spectacular. And, within about maybe 5 miles distance, something just didn't seem right. The car had no acceleration. It just had this weird sound. I thought it was my exhaust squeaking. But that squeak ended up being something really not good, of course. You know, just look, right? So, anyway, butt-fucked Egypt, middle of fucking nowhere. Wonderful. And I was riding along, right? Okay, so I stopped because of that sound, no acceleration, something's wrong. It seemed like it was overheated. Sure enough, I turned the car off. It was still idling, but barely. It was barely idling. So I checked the water. The car had no water. So at that point, I didn't know if one of my water lines popped or what happened exactly. So I added all of my drinking water. I had a quart of water to drink over the 500-mile journey. I added all of that water to this car. It's not low on water. It's got plenty of fucking water. The water never was an issue, but it was low, granted. And anyway, so I started it up after I added that water, and the squeak was still there. It's like, ooh, that's not a good sound. Well, the squeak is the sound of my engine seizing up, as it turns out. So it's not a pretty sound. If you ever wanted to hear an engine that's on its last leg trying to seize up, let's get ready for it. Oh, it's gonna be so spectacular. So now I get to have this car towed and scrapped, and then I get to scrap this whole fucking car for $200. It's either that or leave it on the side of the road. So yeah, this is just wonderful. I'm in a great fucking mood. Funny thing is, it starts up great. Ow. That's a bad sound. Not good. Not good at all. Let's give her a couple R's while we're at it. Beautiful sound. Just in case I need to, I'm not going to blow this engine up in case I need to travel that extra half a mile that engine has to offer. But, you know, there's I-75. I managed to get off I-75 surprisingly with this engine. But I can't believe it. This car was great. Within like 5 miles, it just took a dump and self-destructed. And I checked the oil. You know, the oil was fine and all that. I added oil yesterday before my drive. And, you know, now that the engine's self-destructing, I checked and it was on the bottom dot. I had the thing full. So I had some extra oil because I'm not a fucking car-illiterate person, right? I added that extra bit of oil just to get off the road. And the funny thing is, within about 500 feet, it burnt maybe half a quart of oil. So, if that's not telling you your engine's shot, I don't know what is. So yeah, this is the last I'm gonna see of this car. This poor car. It's been around the block more than once. It's even got stainless steel headers, man. Our stainless steel exhaust was $300. That's more than we're getting scrapping the whole frickin' car. I mean, damn. If I was able to have this car towed to my house, I'd part this thing out, and just scrapping the transmission, I'd probably get $200 in aluminum. But nope, that's not an option. Desperate circumstances call for desperate measures. So now I have everything in this car. I mean, I'm loaded. I got my amp, I got my guitar, I got my chair, I got my bag of clothes, I got a little scooter, I got everything. So this is just beyond convenient, of course.